Hello, lacrosse friends. Welcome to the 2018 Founders Cup here in the Turtle Dome at Akwesasne. I'm Steven Stamp, joined by Pat Gregoire, and we at JVI Sports Network are thrilled to be bringing you this championship game between the Ontario champion Elora Mohawks and the First Nations Lacrosse Association champion Seneca War Chiefs. Should be a terrific battle here, Pat Gregoire. I'm Steven Stamp. He is Pat Gregoire, and we're looking forward to a dandy.
I think we all were anticipating this matchup. The two top teams in each division. Like you said, the powerhouse Elora Mohawks looking for their first Founders Cup championship since all the way back in 2005. And on the other side of the coin, you have the Seneca War Chiefs, who have been to 5 straight Founders, 4 medals, but yet to get the elusive gold. This might be the year.
One of the key players for the Seneca War Chiefs, if they're going to do that, step up from 2 silvers and 2 bronzes, is Ron John, a bronze medalist at the 2018 World Field Lacrosse Championships. He has been brilliant here, playing at both ends of the floor. Such a good offensive contributor, but really his defense and leadership are the key traits that make such a big difference for this team.
Yeah, they usually use him out the back door, but then when things start to get tighter, that's when they're at, okay, Ron John, we need a goal, we need to set picks. Then they start throwing out the O door, but he still has enough energy to go back on the D end and be one of their top shutdown defenders.
For the Elora Mohawks, Curtis Woodland has done just about everything. He will be the scoring champion of this tournament because he's already 8 points clear of anybody else. He's got a game left to play.
He's been unbelievable. 35 points in 14 games, 22 assists, 13 goals. This might be one of the best Founders Cup performances that we've seen in recent history. Goals and points per game, it's got to be up there.
It is right up there. We've gone back over the last several years. His 22 assists would have him tied for 3rd in the scoring race.
Wow.
In this tournament. So he has been outstanding. He also incorporates so many of his teammates. There is Mark Thompson. He will be joined by Calvin Roseberry, the Ontario and Saskatchewan referees. The standby is Brent Bray from the FNLA. And this should be a great game. It's interesting for, Elora representing Ontario. Ontario has dominated. Only 3 teams from outside of Ontario have ever won an actual Founders Cup.
Wow. Since
1964, where it's been the Casper Cup and the Founders Cup, there have been 6 teams outside of Ontario. That's it. And it goes back to 2000 in Clarington was the last time. The Founders is in Ontario quite often. That was the last time it was in Ontario, and Ontario didn't come 1st and 2nd. That year, the Clarington Green Gaels, the home team, won. The Iroquois Nation were 2nd, and the Elora Mohawks were 3rd that year. So they want to step up from that. Of course, they did go on and lose in the final in 2004 and then win the championship in 2005. And should we shout them out now, or do we want to wait until we're underway down to the arena in Elora?
You know what? We might as well.
Let's do it.
Let's do it now.
In the arena in Elora. I don't know how there are a lot of fans there because there are so many here in our arena at the Turtle Dome, but the fans are cascading into the Elora Arena. Thank you to Centre Wellington Minor Lacrosse and to Casey Bearns for their role in making that happen. That coming from the organizers with the team here in Akwesasne. They're pretty excited to have you all watching them from back home, and we hear the arena is just about full.
Yeah, and I heard one of those executives that are here on hand, they said, this was just maybe 10 minutes ago, they said more people were filing in. And that's both fans, with Seneca fans, Elora fans, and then just general lacrosse fans. Fans maybe not having a horse in this race, but they're here to see what the best lacrosse in Junior B has to offer in Canada and the US, and like you said the other day, the world.
Yeah. We are going to go to the national anthems, and we'll be back ready to roll. shout out in. I don't know if we're on. All right, we are back. And we got a shout out into Elora. I just want to say for the Seneca War Chiefs, all of their fans, welcome to the show. And so the War Chiefs of Seneca were supposed to be hosting this tournament. I know the amount of work that they had put in. Adrian Stevens and Heath Garlow and others had put into making that tournament work there. It just was unfortunate with referee border issues. It couldn't happen, but they have done a great job of helping out Galiwate Mitchell and Laurie Gardner and the gang here putting it on Bonnie Rouet. So congratulations to them on being so big about it and really contributing to making the tournament as great as it can be here in Akwesasne. And to our tournament host, of course, Akwesasne, thanks for putting it on, because it was 6 weeks to make this thing happen. That's a big challenge.
They did a fantastic job. It was a masterful tournament, not just on the floor, off the floor, everything first class. And with that being said, first class, you have two first-class organizations going head-to-head here at one of the best lacrosse arenas across the land.
Love this rink, the Turtle Dome. This is it, the moment we've been waiting for. There have been some great ones throughout the week, but this is what it comes down to, the gold medal matchup. And it's already getting feisty along the restraining lines. Bo Columbus facing off against Andrew Forte. Forte almost popped it out to himself. He's going after it, but it looks like Elora will get the first possession. The ball is snagged there by Nathan Bolger, and the Mohawks will start their attempt to win a championship here.
One of the games within the game, Columbus against Forte. That's going to be an epic battle between those two at the face-off dot today.
Columbus wins a lot of face-offs, but I tell you, Andrew Forte is pretty good too. That pass just skipping away, not quite connecting. There's Tyrus Rahanek. Rahanek trying to get it to Woodland. Woodland's so dangerous, and actually shot from behind the line. That's a fresh 30. Great play by Clayton Holscher, but then he misses with the backhand whip shot. And Jimmy Chadwick comes up with a loose ball. There's Clay Scanlon. Pressure immediately from him by Noah Labar. You will see a lot of pressure from Elora. They love to get out and get on the forwards. Scanlon steps around his man Labar, but there's some help coming. Great slide by Blake Lewis, but Scanlon gets through the middle. Oh, a huge stop. Landon Kells, the last line of defense.
What an unbelievable save by Landon Kells.
Right down to the other end, another chance, and there's a save by Troy Benedict through the crease. So it will be a possession for the Seneca War Chiefs.
Great chance there by Scanlon, just absolutely robbed. This is no doubt going to be the toughest challenge for this offense. They have not seen this strong of an offense, not just here this week, all season long.
Forte tries to feed one through. It's skipped on Sherman Williams. He almost had it. There's another save by Landon Kells. The Seneca War Chiefs, I mean, their staff and their coaches and their players have all said, we haven't seen anybody like this all season. They haven't had challenges. They've won every game pretty handily in their regular season. So it was good for them to get some adversity through the round robin and to earn their spot in this final, because, boy, Elora's throwing a lot of it at you. Clay Scanlon ahead to Anson Gardner. He is thrilled to be back in this game. Had a hyperextended elbow. He was getting his elbow and shoulder worked on before the game. He is excited. He wants to contribute here in the championship game. Ball is popped away from him. Almost picked up by Sherman Williams. Kells can't get to it. Shot clock will expire though. Williams not quite enough time. He did get the shot on. It was just after the buzzer. We may not hear the 30-second buzzers today.
No, it is absolutely loud. We have the Elora fans on one side, the other side right in front of us. A lot of Seneca fans, and both have been injecting electricity into this building.
Ball comes over to the near side to Rex. That was Josh Rex, passes across. There's Holscher. The rebound is snagged out of midair by Zach Cameron. That shot stopped. Go ahead.
I thought Cameron had a great game, a goal and an assist. But it was plays like that, picking up the loose ball, extending 30-second clocks, freeing up space for those deadly left-handed shooters as well.
Keelan Seneca hits the cutter. Caleb Benedict off the post. Couple of excellent chances for the Seneca War Chiefs, but Landon Kells in his post so far unbeatable. Mason Noble gets the ball. He's off to the races. He's got Woodland. Oh, off the post. Woodland doesn't miss those very often. What a shot by Woodland, just coming back out. Gennadios Kutsalinas battling for the ball. It's picked up by Peter Masters. He's going to go to the net. gets stripped. We wound up stepping in the crease anyway, and it will be a Elora possession.
Unbelievable pace, both back and forth. I think Seneca's got the right execution right now. Try to score in transition. Don't allow the defense for Elora dictate the pace. That's what they want to do.
So good. Not sure where Woodland was trying to pass that. It looked like he was trying to get down to Hyatt Welsh. Didn't quite connect. Here's a drive to the net. And a bounce shot and a goal. Starting it off is Zach Cameron. What a great play by Cameron. You talk about the quickness and the shiftiness inside. He doesn't just get the loose ball, he goes in and gets himself a goal.
We'll see on the replay right here, it's a loose ball battle. Hyatt Welsh helping out here. Sets that little bump and off to the races is Zach Cameron out of the corner. Nearly lifting the roof off the Turtle Dome with the game's first goal. Elora up 1-0. We are in for a treat here, aren't we,
We're 4
Stephen?
minutes in and everyone's fired up already. It's only going to build, especially if this pace keeps up. Keelan Seneca through traffic over to Scanlon. There's Sherman Williams. He scored the overtime winner last night that brought the Seneca War Chiefs to this game. Pass to the back door. Nice attempt on the quick stick, but Cody Bellick couldn't quite beat Landon Kells. It's snagged there by Jonah White. And away go the Mohawks. And look at that, they're already in the offensive zone, and the War Chiefs already have their defenders out. Oh, another rip. Is that Cameron again? Zach Cameron.
That outside shot actually coming from
Clayton
Holscher, the captain of this team. His big role is being a leader on and off the floor as the captain. When it comes to the game, it's crashing and banging. But right here, he shows off his elite skill, that outside shot. But how about the pick from the tournament's leading scorer, Curtis Woodland, freeing up space for his captain to get a goal.
Anson Gardner gets the ball. He's going to the net. Great trail check. Excellent hustle by Bo Columbus to come back and get on him. And Elora with the ball. Mohawks fans don't like that the Seneca War Chiefs are contesting that loose possession call a little bit. Lob pass up to Rahanic. Passes through right on the crease. Oh, a great chance for Cameron. It's stopped by Benedict. Here comes Ron John with pace. He's got a trailer in Caleb Benedict. He's going to cut to the middle. Great transition defense by Rahanic. There's an opportunity, a shot by Bellick. It doesn't get through. Loose ball battle won there by Noah Labar. Oh, but it's scooped up by Evan Printup. His shot goes wide. It actually tips off the stick of Kells away from his teammate. Bellick, hard twister, can't quite find the mark. Scooped up there. That's Kevin Hutchison.
What a loose ball pickup by Kevin Hutchison off the boards. Has the body control to keep his feet out from going back and in, and moves the ball up to safe space.
What to expect from these teams is a lot of team hard work and talent. Oh, they've tried to get the pass through the middle, but it is just skipping away from Cole Spear. Loose ball possession foul, so Cameron was about to take it. But it's going to be rolled into the near corner on our side. And Josh Rex starts with the ball. There's Spear, near side shot, almost put it inside. Then the behind the back shot from Woodland. And there's another shot. This one by Dean Seeley. He draws back in as Ryan Mueller, very unfortunately, has a torn meniscus in his knee, was playing on it with the big brace. He was cleared, but went down yesterday early in the game with it. Good for them to have Seeley, have that depth, to have him step in. Underhand pass by Keelan Seneca down to Clay Scanlon. A lot of traffic in front. Everyone tight in. There's a shot by Forte, a little bit wide. Scanlon tracks it down, 6 on the shot clock. Again, the tenacious team defense. The shot from outside by Scanlon is wide. They're going to run out of time. Scanlon just leaves it there. Very smart play to not pick it up. AJ Skirving starts the offensive flow for Elora. Nice little bouncer to Woodland. Down low. Rahanic up top wants the ball. He gets it. The return pass gets through to Hyatt Welsh. And there's a low skipper by Woodland. Can't connect. Here comes Seneca. Peter Masters lobs it ahead. This is Caleb Benedict with the ball. Seneca. Another save by Kells. He had to be alert because Seneca, I thought, was surveying the floor for his teammates. He was surveying for a chance to score. Great forecheck pressure. But Elora very calmly shows their poise to make it through. Feed by Woodland down low to Cameron. He can't handle the pass. And some speed here for Liam Anderson. Sorry, Cameron Carpenter, that is, running the floor. There's a low shot by Williams, stopped by Kells. They've had some chances, but the War Chiefs can't beat Kells yet. Up to Hyatt Welsh. He gives to Rahanic, who will immediately pass it down low. Rex with a hard whip pass, but it is picked off there. And Hoya Daiwat John. Staying at the hotel with Hoya John's grandfather. He taught me the pronunciation of the full name. Hoya Daiwat. Yeah, it took me a bit, but I got it. I'm pretty pleased. Here's Jack Francis on the run. Peter Masters is waiting for him, so Francis will just slow it up.
Not too sure which left-handed shot there leaked towards the bench, but a fantastic job to make sure that reverse transition game is on point.
That shot hit someone out front, and Jimmy Chadwick grabs the ball. He had an impassioned interview with you last night saying they want to put a full 60 minutes together, and they think they can show they're the best Junior B lacrosse team there is. Right now, Elora looking pretty good off the start with a 2-0 lead. There's a stick on the floor. Everyone has one, though, so this one will be picked up by Jonah White. And again, the Seneca War Chiefs, great job to get their defenders out, getting their forwards off the floor. So important. The really important thing is to do that as the game goes on, especially in the second period. Bolsher reverses course out to Woodland. Rahanic can't handle that pass off. It goes off the boards, rolls all the way to Troy Benedict. He'll just leave it there for Ron John. John up to Scanlon. Some very sharp black and purple uniforms for the War Chiefs. Benedict feeds it through, doesn't quite connect. Sorry, there was actually Emerson Stevenson feeding it to Caleb Benedict, but there's Mason Noble going the other way, and so far the Mohawks perfect in their own end.
Indeed, giving up 9 shots on net, a couple of missed chances as well. Not for a lack of chances that Seneca doesn't have a goal on the board yet.
Ball scooped up. Hoya John will reverse course and hand it to Sherman Williams. Look at that pressure by Woodland outside the restraining line. Now he'll sprint to the bench. Let Jonah White get out and play defense. Scanlon backpedaling. Tries to feed it to Williams. He almost had it there, but AJ Skirving just got a piece of his stick. Rahanic slows things down. One of 3 Brock Badgers on this team. So the Badgers well represented. The others Curtis Woodland and Chris Jolly. Thanks to one of our viewers for pointing that out, that Chris Jolly fact. We had Woodland and Rahanic. Rahanic takes the skip pass, the bounce pass. Gets it back. Lots of time on the shot clock. Oh, tries to feed in the middle. Can't connect with Josh Rex.
That's Ryan Kidd getting up in the face of Tyrus Rahanic, breaking up that pass and getting a cause turnover.
Big hit on the run by Jack Francis, but Keelan Seneca keeps the ball. One-hand pass to Scanlon, skips past him, tries the one-hand pickup, can't get it, and now they've got a battle along the boards. 10 seconds on the shot clock for the War Chiefs. The Mohawks are fine if this ball just stays on the floor for another 3 seconds. Boy, Seneca and Scanlon are not giving up though, and that will do it. Again, I'm not even sure if the shot clock's going. The buzzer, I mean, who knows, right? It's loud in here.
It certainly is, and smart play, like you said, by Elora, just to muck that one, eat it up, and let the shot clock run down.
Much of the stands are full. People at the end standing. There's a chance and a shot and a goal. Great fake and a beautiful finish by Cole Spear, right on top of the crease.
That's been his office all tournament long, all playoff run long, and all season long. Goal number 11 for the tournament. Point number 23. And look at that ball movement. Unbelievable. That's the chemistry this team has. Not only have these guys played together for a few years with the Mohawks, they all grew up in the Center Wellington Minor Lacrosse Association, playing alongside each other, and you just see that right there. Chemistry kills.
Elora comes up with another possession. Bo Columbus, so important for them, and they score goals. He just gets the ball back for them. A little duck under by Cameron. Passes out. And that'll be a bouncer to Hannock. He goes low, comes back. He's just trying to stay between him and Ryan Kidd. Shot clock will expire here, and the Seneca War Chiefs take possession. Keelan Seneca will toss it over to Emerson Stevenson. Benedict looks through the middle. There's a big seal by Cody Bellick. They're going to bounce it up to Seneca. He's still battling there. There's a shot by Seneca. Tried to grab his own rebound, but he was knocked down. And Kells throws the outlet pass on the one hop up to Woodland. Woodland feeds it through, can't quite connect. Here comes Gutch Salinas. Taking his time, he'll just lob it ahead to Clay Scanlon. We're past the midway point. Fast pace on the floor, fast pace of time going through. Nice save there by Kells.
Clay Scanlon frustrated as that somehow didn't find the back of the net. Kells just barely getting a shoulder on that.
Driving to the middle is Holscher. Gets a shot off. Pretty good scoring chance. Benedict stops it. Pounces out to get the rebound. Ball is scooped up by Cameron Carpenter. He'll lob it ahead.
Benedict's been pretty solid himself. 12 saves on 15 shots. He's been able to hold this unit in while they try to figure things out on offense.
Benedict feeds it through. Emerson Stevenson, great chance. It's stopped, and Noble's going the other way. Woodland. Oh, nice strip. What a defensive play there. That was Ron John, the leader of this club.
Who else?
After the game, we will have the presentations of the medals and trophies, also the all-tournament team. I thought of that because of Ron John. Gotta think he's gonna be on it. There's a bounce shot that goes wide. Comes all the way back out to Sherman Williams. They've got 8 to get a shot on net. That one skips off the boards. Benedict has a lane, saved by Landon Kells. It is warm in here, and imagine the goalies are going to get a water break soon, but there hasn't been much time.
No.
Not many stoppages.
It's been unbelievable.
You don't take them after a goal.
No.
So there's a chance for a Hannock, but it's just behind him from Woodland. It is snagged there.
Unbelievable pace back and forth. No time for water breaks here.
Oh, they try to get it down to Hannock. It's a little out of his reach. Pass ahead. Jimmy Chadwick's 1-on-3, 1-on-4. He's going to the net anyway. Hangs on to the ball, and now he throws it past his teammate. It does get caught by Andrew Forte. There's Anson Gardner.
That's a massive hit from Chris Jolly there.
Seneca. Forte tried the sweep quick stick, got away from him. 8 seconds on the shot clock for the War Chiefs. It's kicked out of the scrum. Nice positioning by Blake Lewis, and now he'll just stand over it, and the shot clock will expire. We do want to thank all of you for watching us here on JVI Sports Network, and our replay operator is Lucas Spadafora, our graphics operator Tiffany Nagata, and we are very pleased to have them part of the crew and thank them for the good work they've been doing all week long here at the tournament. Here's a chance for Josh Rex. He feeds Spear, but it doesn't quite connect. Cameron tracks it down. That one doesn't connect with Spear either, and Troy Benedict has the ball in his crease.
Wouldn't be surprised if we see maybe Gutch Salinas come out and take a couple of shifts on offense. You know, we've seen Darius Kilgore mix things up, throw some of his defenders out there, try to free up some space, just change a look here on offense.
Oh, almost a goal for Sherman Williams. He hits the crossbar. A little bit of post too, it was right in that corner. Loose ball possession foul. Seneca will get it back with a fresh 30.
The awareness on Sherman as well. After he hit that bar, went in the corner and looked like Elora's going to win the
Clay Scanlon scores the crease jump and the finish. He is fired up. A stick has snapped right in half. I believe it is a Seneca War Chief stick. It belongs to Cody Bellick. He'll go and collect it, put that head on a new shaft. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, that's just a nice little bump and run. Scanlon. We've talked about how greasy, slippy he is. Very, very nice little bump pick there, and a beautiful feed from Sherman Williams, who almost got his team on the board with an outside shot. Instead, he finds one of the most deadly players on this team, who cashes in with that crease dive.
Noble comes up with the ball, but it's going to be Seneca possession. And Scanlon, a masterful job of keeping his feet outside the cylinder. If you did freeze frame, you might see that his feet had drifted a little bit over the line, but he kicked his feet back to make sure he was not in the crease enough for it to be waved off. Behind the back flip pass from Williams doesn't connect, and it's suddenly eerily quiet in the arena.
Now look to see maybe Seneca try to expose the middle of the floor. We're starting to see the defense of Elora push off ball really high.
Spear backhand whip, that misses by a mile, and Benedict, it actually bounces off a Seneca defender and back to Benedict. Ryan Kidd will run up.
As I was saying, that backside help just wasn't there on that goal. We know Elora, they adjust well, but we'll see if they do try to just extend out. As I say that, look at that, they have that back wall of help now.
Seneca looking for someone to pass to. No one's there, so he'll drive to the net himself. He is picked up quickly by Chris Jolly. They go back door, doesn't connect. 3 on the shot clock. That one's going to go wide. There is time for Seneca, but it's blocked. Oh, it actually hit Caleb Benedict, who was just trying to clear out space and get to the bench for some defenders, and tried to hop over that shot and got drilled.
Shots are starting to even up, 15-14 in favor of Elora. Looks like Seneca's now finding their offensive groove.
3-1, where it counts the most on the scoreboard, but Seneca showing they're not going to get run out of here. There's a shot by Rahanic. Another stick breaks. Big whack there by Holscher in the forecheck. He's trying to get on Dante David. Pat Gregoire will head down to the floor level, where he is going to be joined by an Iroquois, or a Seneca War Chiefs player, Clay Scanlon. Big pick by Anson Gardner, and then he runs into a brick wall in Noah Labar. High to low, a bit too high to a bit too low by Scanlon. It gets up out of play as it missed the net. Less than 2 minutes to go in the first. Pat is on his way down. Pass up to the top, Woodland. Watched closely by Masters. Pick, they're going to say a little too much of a pick by Hyatt Welsh. It looks like Peter Masters is shaken up a little bit. He is holding his left arm close to his body, his hand resting on his thigh. He is not very comfortable heading off the floor. Seneca has it, backing his way in, and then some pushback from Skirving. Backdoor attempt to Benedict. Kells stops the shot, or stops the ball that was coming towards him, and then pounces on it and pulls it back to himself. 1:15 to go in the first period. Holscher. Oh, it's loose. Holscher picks it up. So that was Cameron that had made the original pass. Gets it back. There's Holscher's. They've got 7 on the shot clock. Flips it to Cameron. Fakes the shot. Gets one off. It's right into the chest pad of Troy Benedict. He just squeezes it in. And 49 seconds to go. The Seneca War Chiefs go back into the offensive zone. Williams. Emerson Stevenson wasn't ready for it. Bad bounce for the Seneca as that pass comes right, or the pass bounces off the boards right out to Landon Kells. Mason Noble will give it off to his offense. About 7 seconds more on the game clock than the shot clock. So the Mohawks can't wait for last shot in the period at this point. Penalty coming to the Seneca War Chiefs in that battle along the boards. Slashing is the call. going to be Dante David heading to the box. So with a 3-1 lead and 16.4 seconds left in the first period, we'll have a bit of a power play here for the Elora Mohawks. If they don't score, they will return to the power play in the second. Let's see how they operate. Bolsher to Woodland. Pass back door, Rahanic scores! Wow, they needed just 9 seconds to take advantage of that man advantage. Great pass and the beautiful jumping finish by Tyrus Rahanic.
I've said it so many times, Stephen, you cannot take penalties against the Elora Mohawks. Too much skill, too much time, and too much space. As you see, Rahanic just easy backdoor quick stick for a goal.
Yeah, the quick stick finish by Rahanic after the quick stick pass from Curtis Woodland, and it is 4-1 in favor of the Mohawks. They will be excited back in the Elora arena. Thank you everyone for watching this first period on JVI Sports Network. Don't go away. Pat is going to grab his Seneca War Chiefs interview partner. Shots 19-15 in favor of Elora, but the real edge showing on the scoreboard. Andrew Forte has been contacted by Pat Gregoire, and Pat, when you're ready, go ahead.
Thank you very much, Stephen. Joined by Andrew Forte. Andrew, right now, the offense seems like you're getting your chances, not being able to beat Landon Kell. Is this going to be any adjustments made in the second, or are you guys just going to try to trust the process here?
We're just going to trust the process. You know, we know what they're made of now. We know they're going to pressure out. So we just got to do our systems, do them right, do them hard, and we'll get our shots and we'll put them in.
And now, we were talking about it on the broadcast. 5 years for this team, 5 trips to the Founders Cup, 4 medals, 2 bronze, 2 silvers, the one thing missing, the gold medal. Have you guys used this as motivation to get to this point and finally get over the hump?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, going 5 years without a medal is really, it's hard, but you know, we're here for the long run. We've been training real hard all year, so we're just going to come out as hard as we can. Hopefully we can get this medal, but plan on bringing this cup home.
Now, one of the players we've been talking about a lot is Ron John. He adds so much, whether it be on the offensive floor, the defense side of the floor. What does he bring to you guys, to the Seneca War Chiefs team?
Pure athleticism. He's just a freak athlete, and he's working hard 24/7. I mean, it helps that he's a D1 player, but he's just one part of the team, and he's a huge part if you ask anyone on this roster. So we just need him to do his job, and we all do ours, and we're gonna get it done.
Now, Darius Kilgore, I know he's one of the best coaches around in lacrosse. What do you think the message he's going to say to his guys and you during this intermission?
Probably that we know what they got now. We see how hard they're going to pressure. It's our time now. Put our shots up, put it in the back of the net, and he's probably going to have some nut speech that's going to get us all pumped up.
All righty, well, I'll let you listen to that speech, and hopefully you guys do get fired up for the second here on JVI Sports Network, brought to you by Big Boys. We will have the second period coming up after a short break. You're not going to want to miss it.
Welcome back, lacrosse friends, to JVI Sports Network's coverage of the 2018 Founders Cup from the Turtle Dome. I'm Steven Stamp, joined by Pat Gregoire. And Pat, that was a heck of a first period. Some exciting plays. We're going to see a few of the stellar ones.
And there was quite a few, and we'll start this one off with the game's first goal. See that just coming out of the corner. That's Zach Cameron, but once again, the scoring continues from the gritty players as Clayton Holscher drops a bomb from the outside. And of course, Seneca got in on the goal scoring action. Here's their lone goal. That's a beautiful feed from Sherman Williams. He finds number 43, Clay Scanlon, who, as we were fading away through that huge celebration, and that's where it felt like maybe finally we'll see a pushback from Seneca, but nope. Elora continued to pour on, and I think this is the way it's going to go.
Yeah, we've talked about one of the big things that is different for these two teams is that, as we mentioned, the Seneca War Chiefs face virtually no competition in their league. They just dominated. They were so strong. Everyone's trying to have a go at them, but they were by far the strongest team in their league.
Sure.
Meanwhile, Elora, they have to go through that gauntlet that we've talked about just in the playoffs of Wallaceburg Red Devils, the Six Nations Rebels, and the Clarington Green Gales. All just to get out of Ontario, which is part of why Ontario does so well at this tournament.
They're battle tested.
It is. They really are. And thank you to everyone who's watching, everyone who's been coming and telling us how much they're enjoying the coverage. We're so thrilled that people are getting a chance to see this live and free. Thanks to all of our sponsors. Thanks to the tournament for having us here. And one thing, if you're tweeting us and you don't hear back, there is a lot going on, but also the internet. There's a lot of people here, a lot of phones. The internet's kind of grinding to a halt. We did get a message from Will Johnny out in Chemainus, BC, cheering on the Seneca War Chiefs. So thanks to Will Johnny for chiming in. Hope you enjoy the second period, Will and everyone else. I'm Steven Stamp with Pat Gregoire. We're ready to go. Andrew Forte is down already. Now Bo Columbus joins him. Mark Thompson places the ball, blows the whistle, we're underway. And once again, it will be Elora possession. Was in doubt for a moment, but Nathan Bolger did come up with the ball. It's warm in here too. There's a lot of people. The humidity's up and the atmosphere is absolutely electric.
Yeah, anxiety level through the roof. Everyone just waiting for the next play.
Rahanic. 3 lefties for the Mohawks, but it is picked off by a lefty defender.
Hoya John.
Yeah, grabs it. The alternate captain runs the floor, has a look, hands it off to Caleb Benedict. Seneca takes their first possession of the second period. They're far from out of this. They just have to make sure they play with poise, but take advantage when opportunities arise. There's Clay Scanlon. They isolate him. Noah Labar knocks him down. Back up. Labar battling hard. Scanlon coming with it. Penalty coming. I think it's the help from Kevin Hutchison that led to a holding call. And that's just Clay Scanlon being like a running back who keeps his legs going and never stops. You have to do something to take him out.
Yeah, that's just a high IQ for Scanlon. He takes the ball low, drives to the net. I feel like he already knew that he wasn't going to be able to get to net with that defense. So instead, he keeps driving. You'll see here. And then he draws that penalty right there. We talked about how his high IQ, from learning from his older brothers, Tommy
2 minutes for the
and Clay,
headlock.
and then 2 minutes. Like
Tommy's here. He's downstairs. He's been walking around wearing a War Chief shirt. Just had a chance to say hi to him earlier. That ball picked off. Can Jack Francis gets it, moves it ahead to Jonah White. Loses the ball as he's taking the shot, but Jack Francis picks it up. He's got purple all around him. Loses control, pulls it back to himself. Oh, what a play by Jack Francis. Can he keep control? Now Jonah White goes after it, and it will be possession for the Mohawks. And Jonah White we're going to have something happen here as White went to pick up the ball. Troy Benedict was in the way, so Jonah White ran through him to get the ball, which is his right. He can go get that. And he gets run over by a Seneca War Chief, unhappy that his goalie was bumped.
And both are going to sit down here.
They're both going to go. We already had the penalty to Elora's Kevin Hutchison, the hold, so we'll see what this is. It's roughing. Do they just both get 2 for roughing? I would imagine that's what's going to happen.
Well, we see Kids deuce go up on the board, so that's all it's going to be. You got to do that. You got to do that. Someone gives your goalie a bump, especially at this point.
Yeah.
If you do nothing there and stand there, it's almost seeming like you're laying over. You go out there, give a spark to your team.
4-on-3 for the Seneca War Chiefs. They've got Ron John and Cameron Carpenter up in pressure. Woodland gets away from them. Peter Masters jumps out on Cole Spear as they try to pass to him. There's no pass, but they do get it through to Dean Seeley. He's going for a run with Butch Salinas following him closely. Double team from John coming. Swim move, great play, goes to the net. Stopped by Benedict. Oh my goodness, what a save. I thought that was squeaking through.
The roof would have exploded here at the Turtle Dome if that one sunk for Seeley.
An effort by Dean Seeley. Had Benedict coming across the crease with him and back against the green. That's the athleticism of the big goalie. Scanlon lost it for a moment, gets it back. They try the back doors and doesn't connect. There's Stevenson. Another back door and that one connects. Clay Scanlon rips it home. Great passing, great touch on the doorstep by Clay Scanlon.
Scanlon's been one of the best players for this War Chiefs team, but he has elevated his game. Slippier than a bar of soap, and he's got softer hands than puppy's ears, as you see. The fadeaway pass to the corner, quick stick, bam. 4-2 ball game. The gap is getting smaller.
Great quick stickers have that stick loaded, ready to go. The ball gets there and they just meet it en route. So the ball is heading to the net before it's even reached where their stick was. Another fierce battle. Forte dives after, but it will be another win for Bo Columbus. Pass ahead to Rahanic. He's going to run into space. We're 4-on-4 as that released. The initial penalty to Elora. Got 45 seconds left in the coincidental minors. Elora tends not to panic. Nice feed through. Oh, great save by Benedict on an excellent look for Clayton Holscher. Took the pass from Hyatt Welsh. They had a great chance to respond.
Huge chance, but that's a big stop by Benedict.
Seneca to Gardner and then gets it back. AJ Skirving out on him, washing carefully for the pick coming. 12 seconds left in the penalties. Shot clock will expire.
And so will the penalties, so we're back to 5-on-5 lacrosse here.
Just over 3.5 minutes into the second. And Curtis Woodland has the ball. Wide open for Hannock, down on the crease. There's another save by Benedict as Dean Seeley was naked on the crease, but just had nowhere to put the ball.
Benedict
another stick on the floor, but this time it's not broken.
Benedict really slamming that stick down, making sure he grabs the loose ball, and not close enough to a slash there. Didn't quite hit anyone.
Low pass for Scanlon, he's handcuffed. There's a race for it with 7 seconds left on the shot clock. Scanlon gets there first, down to 4. He's just gonna lob it up into the roof. That one, I don't think that one came down. That ball never came down. It must have gone into one of the slits in the roofing material.
No, it came down.
Oh, did it? Okay.
Thompson just grabbed the ball off the turf.
Ah, okay. It was far more interesting if it didn't come down. Here's Clayton Holscher. Checked by Peter Masters as he runs offside. Spear behind the net. That pass looked like it was headed for Woodland. Cameron may have grabbed it, but it does wind up in the stick of Hoya John.
Yeah, that was going right to the crease to Hyatt Welsh, but it was a good job there picking that pass off, knocking it down.
Scanlon thought about going to Gardner. He's going to go low to Seneca instead. Backdoor attempt. Benedict can't get it. Jonah White just misses. His stick came out of his hands. 5 on the shot clock as Scanlon gets it. Gets by Skirving. White comes out to meet him. He gets the shot off well wide, and the shot clock will expire. And the effort that Clay Scanlon is putting in the second period.
He's putting his heart and soul into this performance. Going to need some help from some other Seneca players.
Zach Cameron going to the net, sees a wall of black and purple, but Woodland gets it, he misses. Seneca really trying to take away the time and space for Curtis Woodland. It kept him somewhat in check so far. 4-2 they trail, but they are on offense right now. Seneca gets a pick from Williams. That shot's going to come back out to him, but it's a catch by Jack Francis. Oh, the speed, the shot. How fast was Liam Anderson coming off the bench there? It was closing like a train. Now Anderson will run the ball forward, pass it off, and head back to the bench. Anson Gardner with the shot. That goes wide. Snagged there. Bolger pulls it down. Nice toe drag. Throws it ahead. Josh Rex sidestepping. Oh, Welsh wasn't ready for it. Peter Masters just missed it. Or he could have been off to the races. Now Elora gets their players back.
That's a very unfortunate bounce and a fortunate bounce, depending on which team you're cheering for.
Yeah. Almost 7 minutes into the second, just the one goal so far in this period. It's picked up. Great decision. Oh, lobbed a little too far. Or is it? Rahanic will try and track it down. He gets there so that Benedict couldn't get it. And then a loose ball push as Rahanic was going after it along the boards on Peter Masters. It's turned back over to the Mohawks. Rahanic points to Masters' sticks as it's broken. He's got to put that down, so Masters does. Then he's going to do the hand cross check. It's tough to play defense without your stick, but a nice job of it by Masters. The outside shot by Spear doesn't get through. His stick is left behind. It's fine, but he just didn't have hold of it. They'll have to bring it over to him. Calvin Roseberry is busy behind the play, dealing just with all the twigs on the floor. Scanlon gets it. 15 on the shot clock. Huge pick. That's going to be blown down. Roseberry deals with the sticks, gets in position, makes the perfect illegal pick call. What a shift he's had there.
It's not just the players that are bringing out their best. The officials doing the same here at the Turtle Dome.
Ball along the far boards, comes to Woodland. Immediately out on him, the ball popped away, picks it up, nice one-hand grab, it gets out again. Excellent work by Jimmy Chadwick to snag that and run away. Hands it off to Andrew Forte. Cody Bellick will give it to Scanlon to start generating from the top. 3 righties for the War Chiefs. Fake and fake and fake, and now the shot right into the chest of Kells. It pops out, snagged there by Jack Francis. Man off the bench, takes, oh, the pass is just a little bit too far for Cole Spear. He goes after it, runs into the boards. The Elora fans want a call as he got touched and went into the boards. I don't know. I'm okay with no call there.
I'm okay with no call, but I was just...
Oh, what a shot by Sherman Williams. On his offside, goes for a bit of a twister, it looks like, and finds a tiny hole past the left foot of Landon Kells to make it a 1-goal game.
I mentioned other players have to step up here, but what better player than one of the captains on this team? Just ripped a beautiful shot, perfectly placed right under the arm of Landon Kells. Kells has been near perfect, but what a better place to put that ball than the only place that Kells probably can't get to it.
And that was no twister once we had another look. That was just slightly off dead over.
Yep.
And for 3/4, what a shot by Sherman Williams. He's been playing, we're going to have a goalie's water break. Williams has been playing Senior B the last few years with his brothers Zed and Zach. And he is a man among boys here. Actually, these are all men out on the floor. We would like to thank our sponsors, Big Boys Gas and Tobacco, helping us to bring you this game free and live on the interwebs. JVI Sports Network pleased to present the 2018 Founders Cup from the Turtle Dome in Akwesasne, Quebec, right here on Cornwall Island. What a week it's been, Pat Gregoire.
It's been an unbelievable display of lacrosse. You know, like you said at the top of the broadcast, first class by the Mohawk Medicine with the help of the Seneca War Chiefs, putting on this great show on and off the floor. But I think we've been treated with the best game so far. We've had some instant classics, but this one's en route to be another.
Well, the level of play is just so high here. There's Woodland trying to get to the net. They're clearly focused on him. 3 purple and black jerseys. He fights to get the ball back. What a job, but now it's knocked out again. Evan Printup goes after it. Rahanic got in his way. The War Chiefs fans didn't like that one, but Rahanic was just there. Oh, and then the big swat. And the collision, Skirving goes down. Hoya John was there colliding with him.
Not sure how you call one but not the other there.
No, you gotta, that's consistent. I like that. Cameron making a couple of moves. Spins off and passes the ball to Holscher. Oh, what a rip from the captain. Leighton Holscher dials up a laser and makes it 5-3.
Clayton Holscher, 6-7 goals now on the tournament. And this one's just as big as a bomb from the outside as we saw. And a complete sidearm torque rip that just blows by Troy Benedict. And now the energy in this building on the Elora side really ramping up.
Kyle DeJager touching base from Victoria, BC. We have people from all over watching these games and watching this one in particular. Thanks everyone for joining in. It's quite a competition here. 10.5 minutes to go in the second period. And Stephen Stamp with Pat Gregoire. Elora has the ball. They want to add to that lead again. Cole Spear hands it off. Holscher gets it down to Welsh. That pass doesn't connect with Spear, but the first one there is Dean Seeley. 7 on the shot clock. The pass into the middle and getting a shot off. Not much of a shot because he didn't have much room, was Cole Spear. He did get a reset, but it was pounced on by Troy Benedict.
Big stop by Benedict. I know we keep talking about Landon Kell's play, but Benedict has been real strong. 20 saves on 25 shots.
Scanlon loads it up, rips it. That one's wide. It's grabbed by Caleb Benedict. 10 seconds left on the shot clock. Emerson Stevenson fired it wide. Skirving takes the rebound off the back boards. Sees there's nobody around him, so he's going to, at least no purple shirts and black, so he's going to step back, slow things down. Nice shot by Seeley. He was a little bit handcuffed, but made a good catch. Here's Rahanic. Rex can't get his shot through. Scooped up by Gutch Salinas. Gutch, the Trenton University student. Going to look forward to heading back to class and getting in some Kufla action soon, but for now, all attention focused on the Founders Cup.
I think he's more excited about the practice and games than the class, I would say.
Possibly. That Anson Gardner shot got it away quickly, but still blocked by Jack Francis. It'll be a fresh 30 for the War Chiefs as that ball gets up into the ceiling. Emerson Stevenson. Williams tried the quick stick. Francis slips inside of him, between him and the boards, but Williams is able to corral the ball. Stevenson to Williams, great save. Francis picks it up. There's Noble. He was about to run with Bo Columbus, and they just slowed it down.
He's gassed, absolutely gassed there.
Intensity ramping up inside. Big picks, big checks. Josh Rex along the boards. Low pass behind Seeley. And then Ron John just zips around him, goes and gets the ball. What an athlete Ron John is.
You mentioned already Team Iroquois national field lacrosse member, and like you said, breakout star, and he's been nothing short of spectacular here in this tournament.
Seneca looking for help, gets that pass through to Bellick. Skips away from Scanlon. Oh, the stick out of the hands of Kevin Hutchinson. There are lots of white jerseys there to help him, and Noah Labar comes up with it. Nice play by Labar to back up his teammates. Mark Thompson just shakes his head. Nope, that's not a penalty. There's a chance for Rahanic through. Can't quite connect. Trying to get it to Nathan Bolger.
Nice tricky behind the back dodge there from Peter Masters. Defender showing off his silky mitts.
That's the stick skills from the defenders, from the the far end from the offensive goal, but all these guys can play. Quick release by Williams, doesn't get to the net. Ball rolls out to Williams. He gets another shot. That one is stopped by Landon Kels. Didn't have too much trouble with that. It was getting late in the shot clock. There's Mason Noble. He's got lots of room and will jog up. I would have, if I was picking the all-tournament team, I'm pretty sure Mason Noble would be on there as a defender. He's been one of, I think, one of the most consistent and best players on the floor in pretty much every game he's been in. Hard pass across the backside, doesn't get through. Woodland tried to get it. Jimmy Chadwick's trying to get it. Chadwick's still going after, but he's run into there by Seeley. And the 30-second clock expires, and on the run is Ryan Kidd. He bounces over to Caleb Benedict. And you may not have heard it, but I assure you the 30 did expire. Okay, cool. Cody Bellick just kind of lost that one, pulled it back, and now we're going to have penalties coming. Oh, yeah, I think it's two aside as there's some jousting happening in the middle of the floor. Anson Gardner will head off. He'll be joined by Chris Jolly. They'll get two apiece for roughing. Thank you to everyone in Elora at the Elora Arena. Hope you guys are enjoying this show. What a game it has been so far. Thanks to Center Wellington Minor Lacrosse and Casey Beards for their role. Also thanks to our camera operators, Kevin Claveria and Abigail Papineau here at JVI Sports Network. It is our pleasure to be bringing you this fabulous tournament and this exciting championship game.
It certainly has been exciting, and back-to-back, end-to-end action. The offense has been great, the defense has been great, but the goaltending has been tremendous on both sides.
Also a quick thank you to Big Boys Gas and Tobacco for helping us to make this free and visible to everyone in the world. That shot goes wide, scooped up there by Noah Labar. Labar really stepping up his game today as well. Hands it off to Spear. Just sidesteps a bit of a check. Rahanic back to Spear. There's a chance for Holscher off the boards hard. Rahanic starts to chase it down. He's going to get some help from Landon Kels. They've got 10 left on the shot clock. You can see the Seneca War Chiefs defenders talking to each other about what they need to do. Rahanic rips it down the length of the floor. It is tipped by Holscher. Actually came very close to getting on net. Woodland gets it and does take a rip, but it will go out of play, and it is Seneca War Chiefs possession. They trail 5-3. We've got 1:07 left in the matching penalties, 5:20 to go here in the second period. Seneca, Caleb Benedict's on the floor, pops up. Seneca shoots it past Benedict as he cut through, picked off by Seneca. Benedict all alone, shoulder shrug save. That's a crease violation on Caleb Benedict. His foot was clearly in the crease when he caught that ball. He thinks it's a late call because he didn't hear the first whistle, I think, but we barely heard it. Mark Thompson's blowing that whistle as hard as he can. It's loud in here. Thinking about a drive to the net was Dean Seeley. Lane taken away, so he'll slow it down, come across to Cameron. Hyatt Welsh will set a pick for him. Backdoor open. Seeley, huge save. Troy Benedict. Nice job by Dante David to jump into the crease so he didn't go back in by contacting it first. Penalty coming to Elora.
Back-to-back big stops. These two goalies are trying to outdo each other. You could argue they've been two of the better tenders
now
in the
Troy
entire
Benedict
tourney.
comes to the bench. 12 on the shot clock as they get the extra attacker out. It's Williams. He sneaks in as the backside, the trail man. 4:19 to go. There's only 5 seconds left in the earlier matching penalties. So that means we won't be 4-on-3 for long. It's an interference call against Josh Rex. Chance for the War Chiefs to get back in here. When it was 3-0, it looked like Elora was doing what they do to so many teams, was just overrun them with the wave after wave of talent and intensity. But Seneca has done a great job to fight back and make a terrific game of this. A backdoor chance, but the save by Kells. Williams almost had that one. Double team on the carrier along the boards. Great work by Mason Noble to come out of there with the ball. He's got a man ahead. Cole Spear wisely pulls up on that one, and they're going to go into penalty kill mode. He almost had a lane to the net, but Clay Scanlon whistled back there.
Well, Cole Spear knows his skill set. Speed, not one of them.
Yeah.
What he can do is bash and crash. He's got the great hands, and this is more of his skill set as he still has the ball.
It somehow. Goes to the net. That's almost in. But Troy Benedict makes the save. He doesn't have his stick. He's looking to see if he can go get it. He is going to get it while the ball's over in the corner. Very heads-up play by Troy Benedict. And what an effort by Cole Spear. And he'll go to the bench and let Tristan Rahanic take a turn. There's Holscher going to the net. That ball's stripped. He's trying to get to it. Gets on the ball between Ron John's legs. Ron John lands on him, and that earns a possession and a fresh 30. Actually, it doesn't matter. There's no 30 because they're short-handed. So Elora just gets the possession and a chance to reset. Rex going for a run. Sorry, that's Dean Seeley. Evan Printup on him. Peter Masters there to help. Huge swing. Wow, that's quite a chop. Masters looks gassed. He's got his stick in his hands on his knees, and he's trying to go with Seeley. That, when you're that tired, is when you do tend to take penalties. He's going to head off. You can hear his coaches yelling, just go get a replacement. He can barely make it to the bench. Good Salinas ready to get out. Big save Benedict as Seeley went to the net. Woodland gets the ball back. 22 on the penalty. He is triple teamed, trying to pull his stick out of there. And there is a penalty coming. They clamp down on the stick. It's Evan Printup. Got a bit too much of a hold. I think it's going to be a holding the stick call. Roughing the call against Evan Printup.
You'll see it right here, Stephen. A little scrum here, and this is where that extra shot from Printup's going to come. Boom.
Oh, yeah.
It's a little uppercut to the old jaw.
So we're 4-on-4 for 15 seconds, and then the Mohawks will go to the power play. They're deadly with the extra man.
They've been so good this tournament. It's unbelievable, but I mean, you just look at the firepower they have out there. You see Hyatt Welch, Clayton Holscher, Curtis Woodland.
Rahanic's going to join them.
comes out, and Cole Spear. Are you kidding me?
Spear to Woodland. Back to Spear. Rahanic takes it low. They've got 7 on the shot clock. Pass through to Woodland, doesn't connect. May have been a bit of a force. There were a lot of black and purple jerseys there. Good Salinas comes up with it. Great forecheck pressure. Woodland gets it, fresh 30, and they'll just throw it back. All the way back to Jack Francis. Whew. Pat Gregoire is going to head down to floor level. He'll be joined there for an interview with one of the Elora Mohawks. Woodland. There's a shot from the outside, a bouncer by Spear. It gets up too high. He's heading onto the floor, snagged there by Chadwick. No goal, it's stopped by Kells. He just barely got it. It's still caught up in his gear. He drops that one out. Here comes Jack Francis. Running with the ball, he'll now leave it. Curtis Woodland taking his time getting into the offensive zone. It's warm. They've played 5 games, almost 4 2/3 games in 5 days. These guys are a bit beat. There's a shot in the save by Benedict off the stick of Spear. He leaves it for Gutch Salinas. 30 seconds left in the Printup penalty. 1 minute exactly now in the second period. I'm Steven Stamp. Pat Gregoire is down at floor level, making his way around near the Elora bench. Clay Scanlon just staying up high. 12 left on the penalty. No shot clock running. Andrew Forte. Not a lot of pressure here from Elora. They're content to lock off the off-ball players and let Forte just stand as these last few seconds expire. It does. They do. 25 seconds now on the shot clock as they bring Emerson Stevenson out onto the floor. Pass to the cutting Forte. He winds up in the crease. 22 seconds for Elora. They are taking a timeout. So we're back to 5-on-5 lacrosse. We've got 21.5 seconds to go in a 5-3 in the second period with the score 5-3. And Elora is going to set up the 6-on-5 attack with Landon Kells on the bench. Whew, what a game. Pat Gregoire, you got me down there?
I certainly do, Stephen.
Wow. How about the intensity coming down the end? And 5-3. Seneca has battled back every time Elora's tried to pull away. Again, if they can establish a 3-goal lead again, though, how big would that be?
It would be absolutely massive, Stephen. We talked about the firepower, that punch back that Elora has in pretty much all their games. Teams have always been able to, at least close the gap, but the ability to score that big goal, get this electric fan base that has traveled so far involved, and it just seems that every time they need that big goal, they get it, and it comes from one of their big players.
Riley Martinell asking if Landon Kells, who was on the Elora bench, played some games with the Junior A Peterborough Lakers this season. Riley, I believe you know that he did. Played very well for the Junior A Lakers. Here is Curtis Woodland running up the floor. 16 seconds, lots of time before they're going to attempt a shot. Down to 10. They start to go at 7. A lot of congestion in the middle. Rahanic has it. Good Salinas, Jimmy Chadwick all over him. And that shot will drift right out to the Elora fans as the period expires. Rahanic is down on the turf. Chadwick chirps him a little bit and heads to the bench. That was nice of Tyrus Rahanic to toss a ball up to the Mohawks fans in the section right down at the end of the floor there on offense there. They're going to be watching Landon Kells and the defense work in the third period. And Mason Noble has joined Pat Gregoire. They're making their way to mid-floor, and I've talked about my admiration for the way Mason Noble has played in this game. You can see he is all of the players for the Mohawks have bleached their hair. It's a team thing, bonds them, and they have come a long way. Pat Gregoire on the floor with Mason Noble.
All right, like you said, here with Mason Noble, one of the top defenders in this tournament. Mason, as I mentioned, your guys' defense very strong throughout. But when you have a goaltender like Landon Kells, how much easier does it make your job?
Yeah, Landon's a great goalie. He makes it easier for us 100%. Sometimes when we can pack it in, we depend on him to make those outside shots. When they're cutting and inside, we can always depend on him to make that outside shot. And when we are pressuring, sometimes we slip and they set the pick and roll. They get beat sometimes. Kelsey's always there to have our back. So it's great having a goalie with that caliber. He's always there to have our backs. He's a great guy in the net and outside the net.
Now, we were talking about it over the broadcast. It always seems the case. Ontario comes into the heavy favorite, very battle-tested. You guys went through an absolute gauntlet here. There's a little bit of a pushback from Seneca. Do you believe that the way that you guys got to this playoffs has allowed you to be prepared for this game here today?
100%. We were fast learning that Ontario's not the most loved place in this town. Obviously, no one's ever on our teams has been here, and coaches included. So when we came here the first game, we noticed that the crowd was going to be against us playing right after the home ceremonies. But like I said, none of us have really been here. But now that we have played those tough games, the Wallaceburgs, the Nation, nobody's believed in us all the way here. And now we're finally here. We have all the adversity, all the tools, all the mindset right to finish this off. We have 20 minutes to go here, and we're ready to go.
Now, you said no one believes you can do it. There is a huge group that do believe you can do it at the arena in Elora, put on by Casey Behrens and the Center Wellington Minor Association. If you want to give them a quick shout out, tell them how thankful you are for them putting that on here.
Yeah, it's crazy what a 28 guys, 30 coaches, a team can do for a whole town. And when the town's behind your back, it's so fun to play against. We sold out the barn all playoffs, and it's crazy. Every hit, every pass, every goal, the crowd's going wild. Even here, and I even imagine back home, it's crazy. I can't thank the town enough, and we really do it for them. We really do it for them.
All right, well, thank you for your time, and get ready for the third. All right, we will have the third period of play coming up here on JVI Sports Network. Will the Elora Mohawks win their first ever Founders Cup since all the way back in 2005? Or will the Seneca War Chiefs tie this thing up and send it to, should I say, overtime? You'll have to stay and find out.
Welcome back, lacrosse friends, to the 2018 Founders Cup Lacrosse Championship here in the Turtle Dome in Akwesasne. I'm Stephen Sim with Pat Gregoire. 5-3, Elora leads, and we're going to see some second period highlights with Pat Gregoire.
This is where the award chiefs really started to get some confidence. You see Emerson, that skip pass to Scanlon on the power play. Out Scanlon second with that beauty quick stick. Sherman Williams, a huge outside bomb, the leader of this team, one of the captains. Snipe a big-time goal, but speaking of captains, Clayton Holscher with his second of the game. That sidearm just blows right by Troy Benedict, and that is how we're here at a 5-3 lead for the Ontario champs.
Comes down to the final 20 minutes or more, you never know. But we are anticipating a great third period. Everybody down at the Elora Arena, welcome back. There are your champions, the Elora Mohawks. They're looking to make it a national championship against the Seneca War Chiefs, who are putting up quite a battle as they try to, that's an understatement, of course. Summed it up well there.
5-3 the score, but I mean, it's been a great job by all facets of the game. Been a close face-off battle, considering Bo Columbus has been a stud all tournament long. You look down at the goaltender. I mean, Troy Benedict's putting on another performance. Defensively, they've been great. They've been giving some challenges to Elora. And then on the offensive end, I mean, 25 shots on goal. I mean, you got to get more offense somehow, but they're getting the looks.
Yeah, they've had chances. Kels has been great. His defense is limiting the looks, for the most part, to things he can handle. But as Mason Noble said so well, they rely on him to handle a lot of outside stuff. When they mess up and they get inside, he bails them out in there as well. Here we go. Bo Columbus, Andrew Forte at the face-off shot. Mark Thompson puts it down. Calvin Roseberry is the other rep. Trent Gray in the box. And as we've seen so many times, Nathan Bolger getting first possession for the Mohawks coming out of the gate.
Yep.
It's a little quiet right now. It's going to ramp up again. Yep.
Certainly is, as you hear the claps going.
Bolger. Salinas on him, he hands it off to Woodland. He's got room, the shot goes a little bit wide. Bounces off the boards, Rahanic will get it back. Fresh 30 for the Mohawks.
That actually went off the toe of Troy Benedict.
Oh, there you go. There's another save then for Benedict. Rahanic. Elora actually missed out on about 4 seconds on the shot clock because it was not reset when Rahanic picked it up. And they are running down now to 6 seconds on the clock. So they're going to get a fresh 30, though. Another reset from the shot of Woodland. Rahanic took a bit of a mauling, knock him down.
That's twice now. Seneca's done a good job for about 28 seconds and let down for 2.
Holscher with the bouncer, the save by Benedict just got enough. It's going out off him, and again, possession to the Mohawks. They've had it for almost this, well, they have had it for this entire minute 12 of the third period.
Kind of a slow whistle there. I thought maybe one of the Seneca players would have been able to get a change there.
Ball is loose. They may finally get possession. They do. It is grabbed by Cameron Carpenter, and here comes Seneca.
That's massive. If you give 3 30-second resets to Elora and they don't find a way to score, that is absolutely massive. Absolutely dodging a bullet there.
Sherman Williams' shot to reset as that goes off of Landon Kells. There's Anson Gardner.
He loves that shot from his wrong side. We saw him score earlier this game as well.
That pass gets away from Cody Bellick. He's going after, but AJ Sterling is right on him. Recognizes he won't get there in time, so he's just going to set up, but has the pressure up past the far restraining line. Long pass, 8 on the shot clock. Gets away from Benedict. Big pressure on him. Mohawks happy to just grind it along the boards and let the shot clock expire. We're moving up towards 1,000 viewers, 1,000 streams, and there's about 1,000 in the arena we hear in Elora. So a lot of people watching this game. We hope you're all enjoying it as much as we are live in the Turtle Dome. Rahanic. Watched by Printup. That's picked off by Peter Masters. He gets it ahead. There's Jimmy Chadwick trying to go to the net. He's got a trailer. Ron John gives it to him. Great move. John to the pass to Chadwick was a bit low and out of reach. Chadwick goes after the ball. It rolls out to Andrew Forte. He shovels it to Clay Scanlon. 12 on the shot clock for the Seneca War Chiefs. Oh, back door was open, and all the Elora fans in this end were screaming, "Go cover Andrew Forte!" But the War Chiefs will run out of time.
That's one
Noble
thing
thought about picking it up. He won't.
With this fan base, not only are they loud, they get into the game. They're smart fans too. They're yelling things that actually, make sense, are a very valuable example right there.
Yeah, they're not yelling hit them. They're yelling watch the back door.
Exactly. Very intelligent fan base.
Welsh will pass it off to Woodland. Some space through the middle. His shot stopped, no problem by Troy Benedict. And he just sets it there nicely for Peter Masters. Very courteous of him. And the pass ahead to Emerson Stevenson. Gives it to Clay Scanlon, which is pretty much always a good idea. There's Sherman Williams. That's another good idea. He barrels through and hands it off. Anson Gardner, 13 on the shot clock. Gardner has made such strides. Now he wants a goal. Big save, Landon Kells. So athletic, sliding across the crease and making himself big.
So
huge
poised.
pile. Oh, and the ball already at the other end and a goal. I was watching the scrum at the back here. I don't even know how the ball got out of there. But Zach Cameron goes for a run and buries it. He opened the scoring, and now he's got another one to make 6-3.
Zach Cameron has been nothing short of stellar in this tournament. Doing the little things majority, banging, crashing, grabbing loose balls, but here today, 2 goals to add to his total to 4 on the tournament, but none bigger than those 2 here tonight.
Another face-off win for the Mohawks. Scanlon with the pressure on Bolger. Bolger will run out of it. It's a terrific little play by Bolger to get into the offensive zone. Elora into the offensive end. Oh, and I'm actually just watching the stream, which is a bit behind, and AJ Skirving it looked like a rugby scrum. Oh, there's a goal! My goodness, what a play in the offensive zone. I was going to say Skirving made like a scrum half and pulled that one out. And now Curtis Woodland is on the board. It's 7-3 for Elora.
Yeah, you're not going to keep the big Brock Badger off the score sheet for too long as he rubs out Jimmy Chadwick and just fires that skipper that somehow finds its way past Troy Benedict.
I think that went through Troy Benedict.
Well, we talked about it. He'll throw those skippers where most people don't think that there's a chance that can go in at all, but he has great vision on the field, whether he's a feeder or a shooter, and he finds holes no matter what.
Forte in Columbus. Clamp and pop. Oh, and Columbus comes out with it. That pass takes a bit of a funny shot, but a funny trajectory, but it does get out to Jack Francis, and then Bolger will bounce it ahead. Bolger's coming up to play offense. He was slipping open for a minute. Evan Printup picks him up. There's a chance to go to the net. Nice save by Benedict, turning aside Hyatt Welsh. They get it back to a fresh 30, and the Mohawks really starting to put some pressure on in this game. They're up 5-3. Starting the third, 2 quick goals, and 5 minutes in, they're up by 4. There's a chance for Bolger. He can't quite handle the pass, though.
This Elora Mohawks team, they're a third period team.
They are.
One game in Clarington, Clarington dominating the full game. Third period rolls around, boom, they turn it on, all their big guns start to click.
Oh, big guns starting to click like Curtis Woodland absolutely lasers home a shot. 3 goals in 5 minutes and 25 seconds. And it's 8-3 in favor of the Elora Mohawks.
Elora is rolling, and so is their superstar, Curtis Woodland. You see that outside shot. Troy Benedict cannot believe it. But Woodland, the most deadly player in Junior B Lacrosse right now, proving why he's atop of the scoring of this Founders Cup tournament. And we shouldn't be surprised, the assist coming to his teammate, his schoolmate as well, Tyrus Rahanic.
Columbus pulls it out, loses his stick. Forte battling for it, and it will be Seneca War Chiefs' possession. Chadwick can't handle that pass. It pops loose. Jonah White almost has it. Chadwick runs him to the ground. White kind of grabs him. Chadwick gives him a slap across the face, and everyone gets up and continues to play. Ron John gets a pick, goes wide open to the net. Save! Landon Kells throws up the arm. He takes a little peek at the arm, says, "Thank you, left arm." The ball's along the boards. Fresh 30. Nobody has recovered it, so it'll be 30 seconds for whoever picks it up. Nice job there. Just kicking it back through his legs by Nathan Bolger, but it goes straight to Ron John. Now the shot clock is down. I thought we were going to have a reset when it was picked up. I don't really understand why it's down to 5 seconds, but it doesn't matter. Sherman Williams gets a shot off, and it doesn't matter that he did because Landon Kells was there to smother it.
Tremendous goaltending battle. Oh, almost a picked off ball there by Gitch Salinas.
Josh Rex thanks his lucky stars and gives it to Curtis Woodland. On the run, shoots a little bit wide. Nice trail defense by Peter Masters. Evan Printa, or sorry, that's Hoya John has that. Hoya Daiwak John gives it to Clay Scanlon. 18 on the shot clock as Scanlon surveys. Got Anson Gardner with him. Thought about the shovel pass, didn't get it through, and AJ Skirving grabs the ball as it was whacked away there by Bo Columbus. Jonah White, pressure from Scanlon. Great spin move, little run in a circle. There's Rahanic all alone. Save Troy Benedict and does the splits.
I know there's still 12 minutes to go, but if that goal goes in, you got to think that be close to being the nail in the coffin, but Seneca has a chance here to start chipping away.
Ron John, he's their leader. What defense? Oh, but he gets by, dives, doesn't go in, and two Mohawks on top of John. He is battling his way out. Flips Noah Labar over him, pins him down, and then Kevin Hutchison gets into his face, and John gives him a shot. They're going to have a goalie water break, so they can. It is hot and humid in here. Oh, we want to thank our producer Gary Morrison and our director Matthew Carrick, who have done such an amazing job of making all this coverage happen here from the Founders Cup in Akwesasne. I'm Steven Stamp with Pat Gregoire, and you guys make us look good. What a play there.
Absolutely they do, which is tough to do.
It is. Ron John just flattening his man. And I don't know how many people thought there was a penalty coming there, and they just said, nope, everyone get a drink of water, and let's go. Big Boys Gas and Tobacco also making this possible as a sponsor for today's game. We are so thrilled to be able to bring you free live coverage of the 2018 Founders Cup. Big Boys Gas and Tobacco, a big part of that. 12:29 to go, 8-3 Elora. They have the ball, and Curtis Woodland. Oh, actually, Troy Benedict is just now heading to the bench. I think he needs an equipment repair. He is not racing to the bench.
I believe the official must have maybe told him to pull his jersey all the way down over the arms.
Gets it fixed. Curtis Woodland starts to run with the ball, but they're not quite set. They'll let him start from there, and he heads up into the offensive zone. Elora looking to provide a dagger here. Oh, defense coming though. Great pressure, but he springs free. That was Holscher with the shot, stopped by Troy Benedict. Here comes Gutch Salinas. He looks up the floor, hands it off to Anson Gardner. He's going to stay and join the offense. We've seen him provide some heroics. He's driving to the net, gets tripped up, but he's going to go and set a pick. Jimmy Chadwick to Scanlon, saved by Kells. Big forecheck by Scanlon, he knocks it away from Jonah White. There are purple and black jerseys all around him, and the Seneca War Chiefs get the ball back. Gutch Salinas is going off for a change. Scanlon takes the ball, 15 on the shot clock. Tries to cut underneath. Bulger, nice job of getting up on him. Chris Jolly in the two-man defense on Scanlon and Gardner. That one shot goes well wide. Andrew Forte off the boards. He gets a shot. That one misses and gets up out of play. It'll be Mohawk possession. Mason Noble with a few words for Cody Bellick. And there's a little frustration growing for the Seneca War Chiefs. They've played such a good game.
Yeah.
They've played a great team game, and they're down 8-3. These are Mohawks. Bit of a juggernaut. We'll see. The War Chiefs not out of it. Can they work their way back in? Here's a chance going to the net for Cameron, looking for his hat trick. The shot goes wide, goes off of Benedict, and Rahanic gets a fresh 30. Rex across to Cameron. Woodland, thinking shot, tries to feed it through. That doesn't get to anybody, and skips away from Rahanic as well. Penalty coming though, a slashing call to Evan Printup.
As you said, frustration starting to boil over, but Seneca cannot get into power play trouble. Not only because the Elora Mohawks will burn you when they have the man advantage, but you got to start forcing the issue. Only 3 goals here. The defense, the goaltending doing a pretty good job holding this powerful offense to just 8 goals almost through 2.5 periods here.
Yeah, through 30 or 50, almost 50 minutes. Yeah, I mean, they've scored 15 or more in 3 of their games.
Exactly.
The one they didn't was against Saskatchewan, where they really didn't come out and play very hard.
No.
They had it clinched, it didn't mean anything, and they played like it. But they have been spectacular today. There's another shot by Woodland. He's going after the loose ball. Great effort to get it back for the War Chiefs, and here they come. Jimmy Chadwick, he's going to slow it down as he's 1 on 2, 3, 4. Here comes Keelan Seneca to help him. Chadwick spins, shoots. That one goes off the backboards. It did not touch the goaltender or net, so there's no reset. Seneca War Chiefs get it back. They're shorthanded. Oof. I mean, they're on the, wait a second. Yeah, they're shorthanded. I'm not sure. I guess they must have said it was a touch because there was no over and back called. So I guess they said that it did go off of, yeah, okay, that's what Mark Thompson was waving off the over and back. Not saying there was no touch, because normally that's what you'd be indicating, but in this case, it just means the shot clock keeps running. 54 seconds left on the print-up penalty. Clay Scanlon watched carefully by A.J. Skirving, tentatively, cautiously by A.J. Skirving, starts to lean into him. 44 on the penalty. Scanlon sneaks a peek up at the scoreboard. This is a fascinating little chess match. Skirving goes after the stick. Scanlon just keeps it away from him. Skirving takes a look behind him. Nobody's coming. Battle's going on away from the ball too, but wow. 22 seconds. They've been doing this for about 30 seconds, and it's riveting. Pitchfork attempt. Another one. Now it's under the arm of Scanlon. Skirving pulls it free. 12 seconds. Clay Scanlon. That's really something. Skirving leans on him. They both look at the clock. 3 seconds. Skirving starts to push. The penalty expires. He spins off. Starts to drive down. Man coming from the bench. It'll be Sherman Williams. Scanlon loads it up. Toe drag. He's got room. Feeds it through. Williams. Oh, what a save, Landon Kells. Come on. That's not fair. What a save by Landon Kells on a brilliant chance by Williams. Williams runs over Kevin Hutchison. And there's a fresh 30 for the War Chiefs. The Mohawks wanted a loose ball push on that one. Maybe warranted, but we're into the final 8 minutes here. Oh, what a shot by Clay Seneca. And he points to the War Chief logo on his chest after a huge, huge rip.
Big game Clay. Buries a hat trick. He has been the hardest working player on the floor. And you see that outside bomb just goes right through the arm of Landon Kells. Kells got a little bit of it, but not enough. And that might have been the loudest eruption of cheers that we've heard all night.
Great replay, guys. Love that. Follow to the bench for that Selly after the glorious goal, the glorious celebration. It's 8-4 with 8:05 to go. Columbus and Forte engage. Again, Bolger gets it. Oh, what a move to pull his stick through the two attacking War Chiefs and get it away. That's a great little play by Nathan Bolger. Boy, he's had himself a game. He's been so good here. And then just rolls it calmly over to Clayton Holscher. Bolger stays out for offense. Holscher hands it off. Comes up to Woodland. 8 on the shot clock. A bomb from outside. Benedict swallows that up. Leaves it for Hoya John. Emerson Stevenson, 7.5 to go. 4-goal deficit for the War Chiefs as they have the ball. Stay with us after the game. We'll have all the presentations. We'll have some interviews down on the floor. Lots to go after the game, but right now, we've still got that 7 minutes and 10 seconds to play. Forte spins, shoots off the post. Great chance for Forte. All he gets out of it is a fresh 30 though, so that's big. Forte has it again, skirving on him. Little pick from Stevenson. Forte trying to find somewhere to go with it. Passes down low. Back up in the shot by Stevenson, swallowed up by Kells. Bit of a changeup, may have fooled him, but he stayed in position and got it. Long outlet pass, gets away from Cameron, but he corrals it. He's 1-on-3, so he's gonna throw it up top. And Josh Rex will slow things down. 6.5 to go. Every tick of the clock, the enemy of the War Chief and the friend of the Mohawk. Oh, the stick is completely separated from Zach Cameron. Landon Kells calmly walks out, scoops up the ball and gives it to Tyrus Rahanek. Just 5 on the shot clock. The Mohawks will change. They'll leave one man down there. Well, a couple of men stayed down. It will be War Chiefs possession.
Peter Masters stringing himself quite the game here today.
Scanlon has it. As you said, the hardest working man on the floor, and there's a lot of hard-working men out there. Pass through, Caleb Benedict, great trail check by Nathan Bolger. Scanlon, dangerous spot off the crossbar. He's chasing it down. He's racing with Jonah White. White, great body position. Can't get the ball. Scanlon jumps, lands on it. Still battling. What a hustle effort play by Clay Scanlon. Oh, Goa Abrams, or Good Salinas runs his man into the boards. White goes to get it. Salinas hit Mason Noble into the boards. Possession was awarded. Maybe lucky not to get a penalty on that one with the play on the boards.
Yeah, I think Gutch Salinas got away with one on that one, but what about the individual effort by Scanlon?
Unbelievable.
Keep that play alive.
Bolsher, the captain. Watched there by Salinas. Penalty coming. We've got Hyatt Welsh on the floor and a hand up in the air. Delayed penalty, 9 seconds on the shot clock. Bolsher. And now Jimmy Chadwick has thrown his gear off. He's trying to get after Welsh, and he is trying to fight through the refs. He better watch out. He could be facing some serious consequences here. And he gets help from his teammate Hoya John, who just says, just get to the box. You love the passion, but that's where it gets to be a little bit out of control and not helping.
And we talked about it, frustrating end to this game so far. For the War Chiefs, they're so close. They still are close, which is even more frustrating as Jimmy Chadwick loses his cool there. And you could tell Hyatt Welsh had zero interest in fighting there.
Oh, of course.
Zero
They're up
interest.
8-4, there's 5:16 to go. There's no chance he's going to engage there. That's really not a good play. Let's see how it developed, Matt.
We didn't see the hit before. I'm assuming Chadwick got Welsh right in the head.
I have no idea what happened there. If Welsh said something, as Chadwick just goes after him, grabs the face mask, rips the helmet off. Only 2 minutes, and Jimmy Chadwick is very fortunate to just have 2 minutes for that.
That is wild. Very lucky that's only 2 minutes. I mean, still.
That 2 minutes is huge as it takes it. Oh, wait, they're going over to talk to him. I think he's gone.
Perhaps a There's only 2 minutes up, so maybe it's 2 and a 10, he's gone.
Yeah, I would think so.
But still, 2 and a 10, he's lucky. So we are getting a word from our director, Matt Carrick, saying he saw Mark Thompson make the call, 2 and a 10.
So he's gone.
And that's going to be it for Jimmy Chadwick, as he's a fifth-year player.
And the power play now, big opportunity for the Mohawks to quash any momentum the War Chiefs were trying to develop. Woodland will start with the ball. An eerie sense of quiet descends on the stadium as we get going. It won't last long. Woodland, pressure comes immediately. They do not want Woodland having time and space. You can see it. It comes up to him. They'll give him a little bit. He passes it off. There's the feed to Woodland. Big save, Benedict, after the pass from Rahanek.
Benedict just injects some life into the Seneca team.
Ron John
with that
with the
save.
ball. Got Bellick with him. Clay Scanlon is up high. And again, now you hit the quandary. You need to kill the penalty, but, you've only got 4.5 minutes. You need 4 goals. Troy Benedict, he's pretty calm. He's got his arms across his crossbar. He's getting a bit of a rest. Scanlon hanging on. Elora's happy to let the time tick here. Scanlon starts to go to the net. John working hard to create space. Oh, the ball gets away from Scanlon. Ron John pulls it out of the crease. He knows you can't do that, but why not give it a go? Worst thing that'll happen is you give up possession in that case. 53 seconds left on the penalty, and Elora goes into the offensive zone, or they will shortly. Cole Spear with the ball. Leaves it for the captain, Clayton Holscher. Less than 4 minutes to go, it's 8-4. That's a 4-goal lead for the Mohawks. They've got 35 left on the power play. Curtis Woodland. What a dagger of a laser of a shot.
I'm sure there's some hats flying in the Elora Community Center after that goal. Curtis Woodland, just the icing on the cake to a historic Founders tournament and performance for him. Far too much time and space. I feel like I've said that on almost every single one of his goals.
Yeah, Woodland etching his name into the Founders Cup history books. One of the great performances in the tournament. Certainly one of the very best in recent years. Evan Brintup is arguing with Mark Thompson. It looks like there's a penalty coming to the War Chiefs. Brintup still arguing his case. Mark Thompson says, just get in the box. It's 9-4, 3:45 to go.
Brintup still, now he's going to get the gate. He's done.
He was basically looking for that. He'd had enough.
Yeah. That's 2 now. That's 2 older players, leaders on this team, and you can just tell as their season's slipping through their fingers, they just can't believe it, and they're losing their cool.
Haven't seen any minors go up or be indicated. We'll see. I don't think there's going to be a man advantage situation. They will face off, and Andrew Forte will go out to face Bo Columbus.
Yeah, there was an original penalty.
But that's eliminated by the goal, right?
I think it was after, was it not?
Was it after the goal in the post goal?
I think it was. I think it was after, because Brintup was supposed to. He was still heading over to the box.
Well, it's not up there, and Seneca War Chiefs have 5 players on the floor. I don't think it's been adjudicated. Ball is loose. It's battled for. Forte tries to get it, puts his helmet back down with the other hand. Great effort by Forte. Big whack by Gutch Salinas. And the War Chiefs are getting pretty frustrated and upset here. You can see Peter Masters come in and lay the lumber on. War Chiefs have the ball. 3.5 minutes. They have the ability. Keelan Seneca lifts it over, ripped shot. Oh, what a save by Landon Kells. Oh, that's a cheeky little pass behind him. to Nathan Bolger.
Landon Kell's feeling swaggy, as he should. What an unbelievable tournament. What an unbelievable game he's had. He's got to be the pick for most outstanding goalie this tournament.
There's a pass across. Behind the back flip. It's going to be tracked down by Dean Seeley. Shot clock expires on the Mohawks. Seeley will just put it down. 2:54 to go. A 5-goal lead for the Mohawks, who are on the verge of a well-earned, hard-fought-for Founders Cup championship. Hard rip by Williams. Gets up out of play off of Kells. Williams will start with possession once again. Stay tuned after the game. We'll have the players of the game, the all-tournament team, the presentation of the medals, the trophy, some interviews. Penalty coming to the Mohawks. It's going to be a high sticking call as Williams battles to the front of the net. .232 to go, 9-4 for the Mohawks.
You hear the
Landon Kells is coming out of the game.
Yep.
Brandon Humphrey going in. Matt Humphrey, sorry.
And he gets a great cheer as he leaves the floor. And every single clap is well deserved. What a performance he's put on, not just in this tournament, but to get to this very moment.
Shot by Clay Scanlon, trying to test Humphrey early. They go back door, doesn't quite connect with Anson Gardner. Oh, a huge hit by Sherman Williams. Noah Labar wants a call there. He was fully extended, took the big hit. Bolger fighting to get it. It's Labar that comes up with it, throws it ahead to Skirving. Coach Salinas goes after him as we hit the 2-minute mark. There is a penalty, of course, to Elora, but nice job by Skirving to not go out of the zone.
Skirving's had one heck of a tournament as well.
The War Chiefs trying to get it back. What a job by Cole Spear to hang on to it. Peter Masters on him now. Rusty Gate check doesn't work. Oh, now that's a Rusty Gate. And then Masters just rides him to the ground, rips his helmet off. Oh, and throws a punch, it looks like. Masters working over Cole Spear. Masters will be going to the box.
And just staying calm, cool, collected is this Elora Mohawks team. They're not getting involved in any of the extracurriculars. Staying smart because they know in a minute 29 what's coming.
And I'll tell you, this Seneca War Chiefs team has given Elora Mohawks as much as anyone outside of Ontario has. There comes the helmet. There goes the push into the boards.
I don't know if it was more
really
of a
a
punch, it was a shove to the ground.
Yeah. Just saw the motion from up here through the glass, but yeah, I take that back. It was just a push. Will be a 2-minute penalty for Masters, and Clayton Holscher will retreat. Matt Humphrey steps in. Might set a little pick on Gooch Sinas. No, he's going to let Gooch roll through. The Mohawks with no interest in doing anything other than seeing that clock tick away. Pat, you're going to head down to the floor post-game and get some interviews and be part of it. Good thing you can hear with your earpiece there.
Yes,
so be
of
able
course.
to continue talking. Long pass up ahead. Gooch Salinas all alone. Nice finish as he tucks that one in past Matt Humphrey to make it 9-5. We're still 4-on-4 for another 21 seconds.
We talked about the spirit of Clay Scanlon and his hard-working nature. You knew Gooch Salinas wasn't going to give up. You see him emotional as he leaves the floor. He gave it all, didn't give up to the very end.
Oh, he's a warrior.
True warrior of the game.
Warriors.
And like I said, emotional as looks up to the clock, how close they were yet how far away. As the season just slips right through their fingers.
4-on-4, 54 seconds to go. A 4-goal lead. Forte and Columbus pull it out. Goes straight to Jack Francis. He retreats to the goal line extended. Pressure coming from Liam Anderson. Lob pass across to Skirving. A late touch for Chris Jolly. Back to Skirving. 8 on the shot clock. Ahead to Hutchison. Skirving is just going to flick it the length of the floor. It's grabbed en route by Cameron Carpenter. 16 seconds to go. There's Anson Gardner. The rhythmic slamming of the sticks on the boards. The Elora fans ready to erupt. And Jack Francis is going to hold on to that ball. He's going to throw his gear, but hold on to that game ball that finished. And the Elora Mohawks are your 2018 Founders Cup champions.
It's been a long 13 years, but Elora, the Founders Cup is coming home.
The non-dressed players come out, including Ryan Mueller. You see him on the crutches, and he very gently comes to take part in the celebration. He was very much a part of this win, and they're going to come to him. And you can see the ball still clutched in the hand of Jack Francis.
What an unbelievable playoff run. We talked about the gauntlet that they had to get through the West. Wallaceburg, Six Nations. Then you go on to the other side against the Clarington Green Gales, which was a battle in itself. Come to this tournament, relatively walk through the first few games with ease, but then boom, once again, a tough battle against the Seneca War Chiefs team, who win their 5th medal in a row, but it's not the one that they were looking for in gold. And you got to feel for this Seneca Chief team. They've built a great, strong foundation, but once again, coming up short.
We do want to thank all of the broadcast sponsors. Don't go away. We've got lots more coming down on the floor, but we want to do want to thank all of our broadcast sponsors who helped JVI Sports Network and the Founders Cup Committee bring you this live, free lacrosse action from stem to stern this week from the Turtle Dome. I am Stephen Stamp, joined by Pat Gregoire. Boy, the energy just kind of drains from the building, but it's just kind of a big sigh of relief. I think Elora pushed very hard for this, and they are so thrilled to have gotten it. So 13 years ago, they last won a Founders Cup. You talked about it. These guys are Elora boys. 13 years ago, they ranged from 3 to 8 years old. And they have grown up with the memory of that championship team and dreaming of being the next Elora Mohawks club to do it. They've done it.
Yeah, and I was on a few of their Twitters. I saw Hyatt Wells tweet out number 11 saying, I grew up as a ball boy for this team, and I've been dreaming about winning a Founders Cup with this team, and now that dream has come reality as once again the Mohawks are champions of the Junior B Lacrosse world.
Troy Benedict will lead the Seneca War Chiefs to the center dot to begin the handshake line. And he and the rest of his teammates deserve so much credit and praise for the effort they have put in, the valor with which they have battled for a championship.
They certainly have. What a fantastic team they built from the back end all the way up to the offense. A class organization that, once again, like I said, they just started this team just 5 years ago. 5 Founders trips in a row.
5 medals.
Now 5 medals. It's impressive. It can.
Silver, silver, bronze, bronze, and now again silver in these 5 years. There is the awards table. We'd like to thank the folks from the CLA who have put the work in to make this happen. Bonnie Rouet, the mother of Jacob Rouet, and a volunteer and a coordinator and organizer that has put a ton of time into it. Rusty Dockstader from the CLA, our referee-in-chief, Bruce Payton. So thank you to the CLA and its members. We have brought these games to you on live and free, thanks in part to OntarioEast.net. So Ontario East providing internet, phone, and television, and they did provide us the dedicated wired internet that has made it so possible to have such great views. We've got such great reviews of the stream that is coming out of the quality. That's in part due to Gary Morrison and crew here at JVI, but also largely in part to Ontario East.
Yeah, they did a fantastic job And we talk, everyone's been thanking us. Actually, we'll hold on here. Troy Benedict, a much deserved MVP award, another one, and as he limps up there, talked about already. So many of these guys are just battered and bruised to even get to this point.
That's the Player of the Game award for Troy Benedict for the Award Chiefs.
That's 2 in a row MVP of the game awards for him.
And Landon Kells, I'm not sure you could have gone any other way. I mean, Curtis Woodland was great. Lots of other players were great, but Landon Kells was the man. The goalies both getting the honors with the Player of the Game awards. Landon Kells from the Elora Mohawks.
I mean, the defense is so great, so strong. They allow Landon Kells to be successful with those outside shots. But when the defense does break down, Landon Kells is there to stand strong. He injects the confidence into that defense, which then translate to the confidence that you see up on offense, because they know, guys, we don't have to fill the net here. Although we know we can, we don't have to because we have such a strong back end.
And you don't have to engage in the risk entailed in pushing yourself to fill the net. You do what you can in the offensive zone and know you've got them behind you. Kelson Borisenko being honored. A little hard to pick up on the PA system exactly what that was. Is this the all-tournament team being named?
I believe it was the offensive
player tournament. Okay. Matthew Froese from Coquitlam named the defensive player of the tournament. Ron John, transition player of the tournament. Yeah, we just nodded at each other on that one. What a tournament he had. Landon Kells, the goalie of the tournament. That became more and more clear as today went on.
Yeah. No doubt about that.
He receives his award from Bonnie Rouet. I'm thinking we're going to see Curtis Woodland here. Oh. Clay Scanlon named the MVP. He was terrific.
Yeah, he was outstanding. I do believe Curtis Woodland was the most valuable player, but I mean, the performance he put on today, all tournament long, he's an outstanding.
So much all over the floor, and we talked about how he was great last year, but matured into a real leader this year as well.
Yeah, absolutely. He's going to be a special player growing up.
Cole Spear getting an all tournament nod. Borisenko also named to the all-tournament team as a forward. There's Curtis Woodland.
You knew he was going to get something, but at the end of the day, you ask him, he could care less about individual awards.
He's pretty stoked about what's coming next.
Exactly. Dalton McGuinness getting named all-tournament team.
From the Mohawk Medicine Men. Bryce Dewick, the captain of the Saskatchewan SWAT, named to that team. Great leadership for that young man. Landon Kells once again goes up. He's having quite a collection today. Oh, I think they're going by pools.
So there's two
Pool A and
all-tournament
Pool A.
teams, all-tournament team for Pool A and all-tournament team for Pool B.
Okay, I get it now. Clay Scanlon from Pool B. That's fairly obvious. Ron John from the War Chiefs. Transition player for Pool A. Pool B. Cale Lundell really came on strong in this tournament. He is an all-star defender from the Calgary Shamrocks. Anthony Desmarais,
Yes.
named to the all-tournament team from the North Shore Kodiaks. And Troy Benedict, the goalie from the Seneca War Chiefs. While we have a moment between announcements, we just want to thank the organizing committee, Galiwate Mitchell and Elora Gardner, who did so much in such a short time to pull this off. Well done to you and all of your committee, everyone who helped out.
Yeah, this was such a great tournament, regardless of the short timeline that they had. When you put that into perspective, what a tournament it was.
Silver medals being presented to the Seneca War Chiefs. Pat Gregoire, you're going to make your way down to the floor, but we can keep talking as long as you remember your microphone. Oh, you're hanging out for a bit. Cool.
Yep, be here for a little longer.
The War Chiefs receiving their medals from Travis Cooks, the tournament convener.
Caleb Benedict didn't see as much game time until, was it 2 games ago, and they decided to keep him in the lineup. And boy, he is a young, electric player that has a bright future in lacrosse.
Yeah, they put him in the lineup and he responded with a hat trick. So they decided to keep him in there. Darius Kilgore and his staff doing some great work with this team to develop the program. And on the other side, Kyle Goss and his group of coaches, an outstanding effort to develop a team to get out of Ontario and come and face a stern challenge from the War Chiefs. Hoya Daiwat John goes and gets his silver medal.
Talk about the fiery competitor, Greg Salinas.
Takes a big sigh and goes to congratulate the Elora Mohawks. Ryan Kidd, he was one of the unsung heroes for that team as well. What a tournament he had. Liam Anderson may have been the fastest player in this tournament. That one play in this game where he came streaming off the bench.
Unbelievable.
It was closing. Oh my goodness, he can move. Andrew Forte, the face-off specialist, offensive player. You don't see that many offensive players taking a lot of face-offs. He does both very well.
One of the few American-born players that really thrive at the indoor game.
Ron John, again, a bronze medalist from the World Field Lacrosse Championships, now a silver medalist here. Cody Bellick, a strong tournament. Didn't see a lot from him today, but he was an integral part of that offense.
Yeah, he was. Real fire plug on that left-hand side.
Anson Gardner, what great work to get himself in position to be part of this team and contributing. And then he had the elbow strain, the elbow hyperextension, but they fought to get him back in. And I know he was thrilled to be part of this whole thing. And he's got a bright future. Keelan Seneca and now Dante David receiving their medals.
Dante David, a local product actually from Akwesasne, and probably a little bittersweet. Happy that he's able to play in front of his family and friends, but disappointing it's with the silver medal.
Emerson Stevenson wearing those glasses. Here's Peter Masters. He's a gritty competitor.
He is. Another American, Buffalo, New York.
Clay Scanlon slipped to the end of the line. We were going numerically, but now Scanlon comes in. They announced Darius Kilgore, but I think he is standing back on the bench. They would much rather, I think, keep the focus on their players. So yeah, they should come out. And Ryan Stevens comes out. Congratulations to one and all.
See Jimmy and Butch Chadwick get their picture taken there. I know we talked about it. Jimmy's such a fiery competitor, and a disappointing way to end his junior career. But I know he's going to bounce back and continue to play. I don't know where exactly he'll land on his feet, but he definitely will.
Oh, he's not stopping. We've really enjoyed having Butch Chadwick come and chat with us.
Yep.
It's been a real treat. And now Rusty Dockstader pulls out the stick with the gold medals dangling from them. And the excitement level begins to rise again for the Elora Mohawks. Backup goalie Matt Humphrey, who finished the game, goes and gets his medal.
I'm sure the bag that's Landon Kell's packed, hopefully he has some extra room because he's coming home with a lot of hardware. Back to Elora.
Noah Labar may have had his best game in the tournament today.
I think you're right.
Mason Noble had his best game every game. I think it was great stem to stern.
Yeah,
I'm really impressed with this game.
Oh, yeah.
Great interview, too. Nice
Yes.
job talking to you. AJ Skirving was also very good throughout for them.
So many solid defenders. Everyone seems to get lost in the shuffle with all the offensive weapons, but that solid D core just sits back and let the offense get the glory, and they do all the hard work.
Bo Columbus, the face-off wizard.
Oh my God.
Tyler Strahanek, the Brock Badger.
Happy to see him. You know, he spent a lot of time in Brampton Junior B, one of the bottom dwellers of the OJBLL East. Stayed with them pretty much his entire junior career, and then had the opportunity to come to Elora, and now he's a champion.
Just want to mention Blake Lewis because he gets overlooked a lot. Almost got skipped over there because there's other stuff going on, but he was a really solid contributor for them. And then Curtis Woodland, the superstar. And then they move on to Zach Cameron, he's another one who had his best game of the tournament today.
Yeah, 2 huge goals, 2 massive goals.
Hyatt Welsh.
Yeah, Hyatt Welsh had sneaky a real strong tournament as well. 14 points coming into today's game.
Off to the left, the War Chiefs getting some team pictures taken. They're somber, but I think there are some smiles. I think this is one of those situations where it's obviously disappointing when it happens, but they're going to look back and remember this very fondly.
Absolutely, and they got to remember, this Elora team has been around for a long time. 1967, to be exact. I know the Seneca War Chiefs have high expectations, but they're a young club and relatively to the rest of these teams here.
Get back into it is Chris Jolly, Jonah White, Owen Ristov, Ryan Mueller, Clayton Holscher, Brett Harrison, Jack Francis. It's his Josh Rex. Now there's Nathan Bolger, another Mohawk who had his best game of the tournament today.
Yeah, he was outstanding. And Cole Spear, another top player. Outstanding game for him as well.
Dean Seeley, stepping in whenever needed and playing a big role. Kevin Hutchison. Mitch Taylor, number 2, going out. Ryan Mueller will go out on his crutches. Nice play, nice job by Travis Cooks to go and meet him most of the way there. He didn't have to travel too far on the crutches. There's Ristov getting his gold medal. Brett Harrison out for his gold medal. Kyle Goss, the head coach, what a job he's done putting this team, his staff together, and helping to lead them to this championship. They call her Wheelsy, and they love her, their trainer. What a response to the team. The champion, Elora Mohawks. Clayton Holster and the captain's group will go up and get the trophy. Representative of the Founders Cup, and that is a big smile on the face of Clayton Holster. There is the banner. Beautiful banner it is. There's another celebration erupting. Clayton Holster smiles for the photograph and then erupts with a cheer. I've lost track of Pat Gregoire, but Pat, just let me know when you are ready to go with an interview from the floor. In the meantime, we are watching the Mohawks enjoy their celebration. Thanks to everyone who joined in around the world. The viewing group in the Elora Arena obviously enjoying this. They're going to go and pose for some pictures in the crease in front of their net.
Stephen, I do believe when they handed off the trophy to the trainer there, they said, touch it again. I believe she was the trainer back in 2005.
Nice.
When they did win their last Founders Cup, as you see them posing with the Founders Cup 13 years later.
Patricia McKenzie is the trainer. Again, they call her Wheelsy, and you can tell they're very fond of her for all the work and effort she's put in to this team and this organization. There's a shot of her. She's waving everybody in.
The team photographer is telling all the parents, family, friends to get in the pictures.
I hope he's got a wide-angle lens because there are a lot of people here. I was talking to one of the parents actually from the Elora Mohawks club, and they were saying they couldn't believe how many people drove up today. There were a lot of parents who came for the entire week, but the people who came up just today to come for this one game, they're excited to be part of this celebration.
Now, isn't this just fitting? We talked about how tight of a community Elora is, just over 7,000, and this team picture isn't just a team picture. It amplifies what this community is all about.
Clayton Holscher erupting once again. Every time he has to sit still for a photo, he does so, and once he's released, he breaks into cheers. Pat Gregoire is working his way through the crowd and grabbing Curtis Woodland. Making their way out to center floor. Pat, it is all yours when you're ready.
Thank you very much. Yes, Stamper, like you said, alongside Curtis Woodland. Curtis, Elora Mohawks, 2018 Founders Cup champions. How does that sound?
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. I can't explain it.
Now, we talked a few days ago, and we were saying how it's your 5th year. You played with so many of you guys. You come up short a few, but does it make it that more sweet that the last time you guys have a chance together to win it, you do it in front of your friends and family who made this long trip out?
You know what? It's 12 of our last junior games ever, and it feels unbelievable to win it. And that's all I got to say. It's an unbelievable feeling.
Now, yourself, we were looking back at some of the most recent history, and as for points for games, we're pretty sure it's up there in the record books. I know right now you're thinking about the #1 goal, but to know that you've had one of the best Founders Cup performances by an individual, that's got to feel pretty special too.
Yeah, it feels pretty special, but you know what? You can't do it without the D guys getting you the ball, or the face-off guy getting the ball in the offensive end, and the other players putting the ball in my stick, just having me put it in the net. You know what? So I got to give it up to these guys for all that effort.
All right, Curtis, I'll let you enjoy this moment, and maybe one word for everyone back home watching in Elora.
Here we go, Founders Cup champions.
Thank you very much. Enjoy the win. Stephen, we'll throw it up to you again as we'll find another member of the Elora Mohawks, the Founder Cup champions in 2018.
Yeah, Pat Gregoire, great. I really like how, so many times a player says, you ask how it feels, he says, it's just fantastic. I can't even explain it. And then they go on to try and explain it. Curtis Woodland was like, I can't explain it. And he stopped. He's done. He can't explain it, so why try? I like that succinct approach to that. And Pat Gregoire didn't take long to find another player that he wants to have a chat with. Tyrus Rahanic is down with Patrick Gregoire.
All right, I'm joined by Tyrus Rahanic, like you said, Stephen. Tyrus, you started out your junior career with Brampton. Now you come over to Elora. It's still got to feel special winning alongside some of your new brothers here.
For sure, it's very special. Started off with a few teams that wanted me, but Curtis Woodland, Josh Rex, Nate Bolger, I go to Brock with. Knew this was the right place. Maybe they didn't have the best record in the West or East, but I knew these guys would pull through, and look what we did, right?
Now, there was a lot of talk about the offense, which as they should. You guys had so much chemistry, but kind of going under the radar was the goaltending and the defense, and they really did get you to this year. Did they inject some confidence in you guys, knowing that you didn't have to put up 12 goals a game because they'd hold down the fort for you?
Well, for the first 4 games of the tournament, they were letting in 8, and we knew, when that game's going to come where they put up 5, that was going to be the gold medal game. And tonight, they said, we're going to do our job, you guys do our job. And, our goal is always above 10, which we didn't hit tonight, and their goal is always below 6, which they hit tonight. So, I mean, job well done to Landon. The best goalie in Junior B, for sure.
I couldn't have said it better myself. Congratulations on the win, and go enjoy it. Tyrus Rahanic. Now we'll look to see if he can get a Bagataway Cup alongside some of his Elora Mohawks. Stephen, will send it to you, and I'll grab another member of this 2018 Founders Cup Championship team.
Thanks, Pat Gregoire. You can follow Pat at PGreggy. You can follow me at Stamplax. Follow JVI Sports Network at JVI Video. And remember, do subscribe to JVI Sports Network on YouTube where you are watching the game. JVI covers all kinds of lacrosse, brings great coverage to lacrosse fans around the globe. I'm going to grab one more player here. And he will get there very soon. He is being dragged off for an interview, dragged off by some friends and family who everyone wants a piece of Hyatt Welsh right now.
Oh, they certainly do. He's a popular man. All right, I've got Hyatt Welsh here. Hyatt, just talking. When you were a ball boy for this Elora Mohawks team, could you ever imagine one day you would be on the club as a player winning a Founders Cup?
No, yeah, it's hard to describe right now. I watched them win it in '05, and man, there were some good players on that team, like Rob Marshall, Jamie Rooney. Like, we've all grown up watching them. In Elora, we always talk. We sit on the nets behind the games. Like, every time when we were young, that's what we wanted to do. We want to go watch the Mohawks play, and everybody wanted to wear a yellow bucket one time. So it's pretty surreal right now, but I'm sure it'll sink in eventually.
Curtis Woodland having one of the most epic tournaments we've seen from an offensive player. If you look at the stats, goals per game and points per game, one of the top. What was it like working alongside him, not just here, but all season long?
Yeah, well, all season. I played with him. I played with him my whole life, box and field, and it's a special player, man. Like, he makes everybody else on the floor better, but he makes your job easier, right? You set him a pick, you know he's going to find the net, and it makes you feel like a better player too.
Coming into this tournament, everyone was talking about your goaltending and your defense. The goaltending was strong, but it seemed like the defense didn't really find their stride until the two most important games.
Yeah.
How much did that help you guys offensively lift that weight off your shoulder?
For sure, yeah. I mean, the whole year we've just talked about if somebody's down, you pick them up, right? O's down, D picks us up, same vice versa. And I mean, I know they maybe didn't play to their strengths in the first two games, but I mean, this is what you live for, right? Landon and Hump's a fifth-year guy. That's emotional for anyone watching a fifth-year guy in his career like that. But yeah, they've been our backbone all year. Like, we finished first in Ontario in goals against, but this is a special team for sure.
It certainly is special. So on that note, I'll let you go enjoy this.
Thank you very
much, and
Thanks.
congratulations
Thanks
on the
for
win. No problem. Hyatt Welsh says thank you for covering this epic Founders Cup run by the Elora Mohawks. Stephen, we'll send it back to you. I'll see if I can get one of the coaches from this Elora Mohawks team.
Yeah, great job by the Elora Mohawks. Great job, Pat Gregoire. They are enjoying their spoils of victory. Pat Gregoire waiting while the coaches get their picture taken. We're just about done here. Thank you so much, everyone, for being with us here on JVI Sports Network. I am Steven Stamp. And Pat Gregoire is down on the floor. And I believe he's coming around with Kyle Goss. They want one more picture, and then he's going to come out. Just once again, thanks to Gary Morrison and Matthew Carrick and the rest of the crew. We read out everyone's names earlier because they all deserve their own shout-outs. Matt really kind of held us all together throughout this week. He has worked every game because he's the only one who knows how to do everything over there with all those boards in front of him and the screens. He's got stuff everywhere. And Pat Gregoire, I mentioned that he and I have been announcing these games together all week, but Pat Gregoire also did the graphics, and he was up. I know he was up till midnight or later because we roomed together. He spent a lot of time doing those graphics. There he is on the floor now.
Thank you very much, Stephen. Now, we were just talking. You started playing for the Mohawks in 2006, 1 year after they won the last Founders. Fast forward 13 years, you're on the bench. You finally get the elusive Founders Cup. What's going through your mind?
Yeah, it's hard to explain, but definitely I'm so happy for the boys. Yeah, like you said, I missed that year by 1 year. I had some great years playing, and it's just the icing on the cake. I've loved the Mohawks since I was a kid. I know these guys have loved the Mohawks since they were kids, and it's just awesome to see.
Now, coming to this tournament, a lot of talk was about the defense and the goaltending. Goals against average was phenomenal, tops in the league. But then the first few games, we didn't quite see that. But the two most important games, yesterday, today, they really rose to the occasion. Landon Kells rose to the occasion. Were there any adjustments, or is that just the fact your best players decide to be your best players at the right time?
Yeah, I think that's well put. Our best guys were our best guys yesterday and today. We knew going into the medal round that we hadn't played our best lacrosse yet, and that was a bonus and a huge thing for us. We knew that the best was yet to come, and we had no reason to think that we weren't going to bring our best when it meant it. But yeah, our backbone's been our goaltending and our D. But when the D and the goaltending aren't working, our offense is always there to bail us out, and likewise the other way. And it's been the same all year.
As you know, there's a lot of fans at home in Elora, most of them sitting down, watching at the community center. Is there anything you want to say to them?
No, just thank you very much, Fergus, Elora, Arthur, Kitchener, everybody who's watching, and we're bringing her home.
All right, thank you very much. Congratulations again, Kyle. All right, we'll send it up back to you, Steven Stamp. You can wrap things up for this 2018 Founders Cup.
It was quite a week, Pat Gregoire. Thank you for all your work down on the floor. Great having you as a wingman. Really enjoyed working with you all week. And everyone on the crew, thank you. And thank you to everyone who made this tournament possible, our sponsors, the organizing committee, the CLA. Congratulations to the Mohawks and all the teams who competed so hard. It's been a great week here in the Founders Cup at the Turtle Dome in Akwesasne, Quebec. I'm Stephen Stamp on behalf of all of us here at JVI Sports Network. Thank you all for being with us. That'll do it. We'll see you next time.